said something shitty about Phil, and next thing you know, Lyme disease. Damn it. I am a grown-ass man. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat. If you got any questions for me, put it in the live chat. Just make sure you put at the Yankee Marshal in front of it so I'll see it. Or you can do a super chat over there. But if you want to do a super chat, I would prefer you use the link at the top up there that says the Phil Tithe Pets and Vets super chat link. That way it doesn't go through YouTube and they don't get to steal the money. Because that's what they do. They steal the money and they give it to charity and to reduce their own tax burden. It doesn't go to the people you intended it for. So use the one through PayPal. They ain't found a way to steal that yet. Also, if you want to send me pictures or anything, the email address is shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. Shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. You can send me anything you want to share. Otherwise, like I say, if you want to donate Pets and Vets, use the link up there at the top. As always, I like to start the chat reading the names of people who have purchased merchandise over the last 24 hours and say thank you for supporting TYMP and sometimes Pets and Vets. I want to thank Ryan McFarland. He got the Dale Dribble and an Eeyore shirt. Harold Wilkie's got the Dale Gribble shirt. The guns don't kill people, the government does. So thanks to those two people for buying merch and helping support the programs that we run. I'm still working on getting my new store open. It's going to be pro2aswag.com. And I'm having to transfer every item over by hand. Individually, I'm having to recreate them on the new site because when you try to transfer it over from Shopify, it doesn't transfer. I think Shopify does that on purpose so that you don't leave. But not a big fan of Shopify lately. So yeah, so there, I'm doing that. I'm up to like 600 items now out of the 1,120. So I'm getting there. I got to take a break tonight. I ain't going to do nothing tonight. I just got to have a break from it. But with that being said, let's go over see if we got any questions coming in. I think we had one or two over here. Clinton Seattle says, missed the earlier chat, but Kimber K6S in an outside the waist cross draw holster and NAA Black Widow in a pocket holster. Women, it's more difficult for them to carry the way they're shaped. I got those girly shapes. So it's a little harder for them. You know, they're a little big in the hips. They got them boobs and stuff, so it makes it harder. Although if I had big old boobies, I'd get me one of them holsters that goes right in the middle of your boobs. That's what I'd do. I think that's what Gummy Wuzzle does. Jacoby says, we are your crew and we are gathered again. Well, not very many of you gathered right now. There's about 70 people here right now. But this is not our normal time. This is way later than our normal time, 2 hours late, because I had to go to dinner with family as a late Mother's Day gift to our kids' grandmother, actually, who lives locally. So we've been doing that tonight. And it was a good place. It was good. We went there and it's a nice little Italian place, a little fancier than what I usually go to, but not fancy, just, everybody was wearing pants. Let's say that. There wasn't a lot of shorts or anything. And I actually put on pants to go. And one of my fancy going to town shirts, which I got compliment on twice while I was there. As I was walking in, the guy was walking out and said, love the shirt. It takes me back to my childhood. I was like, yeah, if you can name the characters, you're fucking old. And he was old, just like me. He's probably about my age. And then I got a comment from someone who walked past the table in the restaurant and said, oh, I love your shirt. And he said, I think he said he loved, oh God, what's his name? Snagglepuss. And there's Snagglepuss on here. Yeah, there he is right there. There's Snagglepuss. All right. All right, let me see if we got any questions coming in over here. We got Tim Fat Salami chimed in earlier today and said, if Phil punished you by breaking your bumper, then that's on you. No, it's your all's fault because he did it to my car because I wasn't doing a good job making you all pay your fucking tithes. So many of you come in here and talk the talk and act like you're all pious and you're all Phil loving and everything and that you respect what he does for you, but then you don't pay your tithes. You don't pay your tithe when you buy a new gun. You don't pay your tithe when you watch a chat or a video. You think the entertainment's free? It ain't free. You got to pay your tithe or else he's going to do bad things to you. He almost gave one of our viewers Lyme disease. I think it was Peter DeBoner. Just about got Lyme disease because of it. He said something shitty about Phil, and next thing you know, Lyme disease. So, yeah, it's not worth it. Trust me. Don't get Lyme disease. Just pay your $2 to Phil. Where am I? Where am I? Then we got Officer Tater Hater chiming in. Why is Lowe's giving me $60? What did I buy from Lowe's that they're refunding? I probably bought something and never picked it up. We couldn't retrieve your data. Hold on. There we go. Jason Thompson chimed in and said, my sinuses are killing me. Weather keeps changing. What is going on with my PayPal? It's not letting me retrieve any of my data. Jason Thompson. Come on, you can do it, PayPal. You can do it. There, he did it. Dominic Izzo and Rick from Good Live America might do a live together. That's if they can be put together. Also sent more emails. Be interesting. Either one of them's welcome to come on my channel anytime they want to. Robert Lush. I'm one of the few gun channels that's willing to have the anti-cop, corrupt cop voice on my channel because a lot of them don't like to admit that law enforcement's corrupt. They want to lick those fucking boots because it's profitable inside the conservative arena. Pocket carry is my preferred, and that Pico would work great for it. And that's right. We are doing the double super secret Pico giveaway. I keep forgetting to mention it. But I got a picture of it here. Where did the picture go? Well, this is sort of a picture of it. You can see it right here. It's probably the second best pocket gun I've ever owned, next to a C-Camp, as far as being easy to hide. I mean, look at that thing. It's tiny. It's ugly as fuck, but it's very skinny. It's very, very skinny. I thought I had more pictures of it, but maybe I don't. Oh, yeah, there it is. Right there. There it is. Right there. And that's how skinny it is. It's got the removable sights, hammer fired. There it is. We're giving that away. So any $5 donation this month till the either the 15th or the 17th this month. I'm not sure which day I'm going to end it. Probably going to end it on the 15th so I can ship it on the 17th when I go to Sporting Systems. Not only do you get an entry into the Silver Bullet, but you also get an entry into the Pico drawing for every $5 donation that goes to help the puppies. Where was who was that said pocket carry is their preferred method? That was Robert Lush. I hope that name you don't drink. Kevin Mabry said for Phil. See, he's paying his $2. He's paying his tithe to Phil. He paid more than $2. He paid for his week almost. So that Phil don't get him. He don't want Lyme disease. He ain't stupid. He don't want Lyme disease. Should I get a holster with a place for a spare magazine? Not for my LCRX, but one of my semi-autos. Well, I wouldn't think you'd carry a magazine for your LCRX, but you could. You could get you one of those 357 mags from any gun that's a 357 mag autoloader. Use that as a loading thing for your revolver. Although I don't think they make revolver holsters with spots for extra mags. You got to get them separate. Sure, if you want them. It gives you a place to put your extra mag. That's always nice. Don't got to put it in your pocket. I got a little clip that it clips on my pocket like my flashlight. When I carry a semi-auto, which is not often, it's magnetic and it goes in my pocket. It's got a little clip on it. It pulls right out. I think Sporting Systems gave me that, if I'm not mistaken. Someone gave it to me. Someone might have gave it to me at SHOT Show. I don't know. I'm not very. My mind ain't don't work so good no more. Let's see here. Why is my PayPal having such a hard time tonight? It is having a really hard time. Am I going to have to sign back in or something? Because it is doing a really horrible job. Let me log out and log back in because it ain't working right. Boom. I can't read the messages. Activity, all transactions. Let's go back to Christian Carlson. I was just listening to Carl Carlton on the radio in relation. I just read that one. That was Christian Carlson that asked that about the spare magazine. Well, then what did Kevin Mabry say? I think he just said for Phil. It's not letting me see my transactions for some reason. Michael C3PO paid his $2 tab to Phil. Let's see what he had to say. Rock your body to Electric Avenue. Well, that's not what I was saying. I was saying it was a high-pitched robotic female voice saying, rock your body. You're going to rock that body. And it was Rock That Body by the Black Eyed Peas, which I don't care. A lot of people say if you like the Black Eyed Peas, you don't get any tasty music, but I like the Black Eyed Peas, and they were awfully popular for not being any good. Let's see, is it going to let me read the next one? I'll be glad when we're done with these over here because it is giving me a pain in the ass. Activity, all transactions. Michael C3PO did another $2 tithe to Phil. I guess he's feeling like he's got to cover his ass for something. What about the new man purse carry fad? Is it just a fanny pack carried up high? Well, it's the same thing. I mean, I've got ones that are like shoulder waist packs that are like that. I've got ones that just attach to your belt. I've got ones that are fanny packs. I got, all kinds of different styles. And it's something I've been doing for years. And now suddenly, maybe it's not as feminine and oh wait, I still got that up there. What has that got there? So apparently it's not as girly as they used to say it was. Clinton Barella is determined he's going to win a second gun. He's been doing a lot of donations to the. Let's see if he'll let me read his thing. PayPal is acting really fucking bad right now. I don't know what's going on with it. Phil bill for the super secret rock. I assume he charges more for guns won. Yeah, probably. Since you won it, you didn't have to pay nothing for it. He sent a picture out. When I get to the emails, I'll show he's got his got the Rock 5.7 we sent him. Well, we didn't just send it to him, he won it. And Kevin Mabry chimed in again and said, let's see if it lets me see. Nope, I gotta reload it. Let's try again. There we go. Some more for Phil and some more interest into the drawing. All right, let's I think that's got us all caught up on the supers. Let's get over here, see if there's anything. Oh, I got to do the emails. Let me see if I got any. There we go. There's one. And I got some from earlier today I want to share. That's feral chickens. Oh, look at them little skinny chickens. Okay, let's get to the emails real quick here, and then we'll get to some open chat. This one is from Frank Rodriguez. Said, feral chickens in Miami. There they are.
Here in Miami, we have all these feral chickens. What's going on today, feral chickens? Just plucking away, huh?
You know, you can just say chickens. You don't got to say feral. That's kind of insulting that you apply that they're feral just because they're outside the road. They might be quite civilized. You don't know. Let me stop sharing that chat that it's on top, front of top of everything. Next email here is from, who's this from? Michael C3PO. And he said, World War I books up to 92, going to build or buy a nice bookcase when I get to 100. Yeah, you need to get one. That looks like it's leaning a little bit. Because look, it's straight on that side, fairly straight, and it's a leaning on the other side. Look at that. I don't think that bookcase is staying up much longer. Next email here is from, oh, that's not what I wanted to show. There we go. Next email here is from Clinton Barella. He says, the double super secret rock has reached its forever home. Thanks, Yankee. He got some they in there. He's on one of my flags, and he's got another one behind it. He's got a couple of the flags, it looks like. Remember, I do sell flags. Let your freak flag fly. Should just make one that says freak on it. And then we got John Heasley, which I don't think he's here right now. I think it's too late for him. He's probably asleep. What did he say? He sent a picture of his guns here. I don't need to highlight it. Stop highlighting stuff. There we go. There's his 357 Magnum Henry revolver. There's some 22 commemorative Henrys. There's a 45 long Colt mare's leg. There's a mix of different calibers, 44 Magnum and etc. And then there's a 45-70 right there with his silver bullet he's got. Why did he get the 45-70 silver bullet? Did he get the 45-70? I think he got 44 Magnum. He's got a 44 Magnum over here, so maybe that's his go-to for werewolves. And then we got Tim Allen here chiming in and saying, is it only the new film merch that gets a name added to the list on videos, or does the early stuff count also? Early stuff counted. I said so there for the first few days. Early stuff counted. I ordered a fag on April of 2024, and the hat I won during one of your drawings. The Crocs I bought because I wanted to now to see if I can stay awake to hear the answer. Let's see if you can. I doubt he did. I've got those Crocs too. He's got his hat. He's got his Crocs. He just needs a bathrobe because bathrobe's part of the official uniform. But he's set to go otherwise. All right. Whoops. So we got another email coming in. I asked yesterday, but wasn't specific. I want to get a smallish hammer-fired semi-automatic carry, about a $500 budget, looking for suggestions. Oh, semi-automatics in the $500 range. The new Tomcats, you can get one of those in that price range. I don't think you can get a PPK. I don't think you can get a 938 either. I don't know how much they run now. There are some hammer-fired Tauruses. I would look into one of those. But otherwise, there ain't a whole lot of hammer-fired semi-autos in the 500 and under range. But used, you can start looking at some used guns. Those guns seldom ever get fired, so it's not like buying used is a big risk. Usually it's pretty safe. All right, let me make sure we're caught up with the supers here now that we're done with the emails. Yes, we are. So let's get over here, see if we got anything coming in on the regular chat over here. You're a fucking monster for having eaten turtles. Now I understand why you do fur friends. Well, eating turtles is not why I do fur friends. I mean, there are some things in my past I feel bad about, my reactions with animals and stuff, but that's not why. Not eating turtles. Turtles are delicious, but ate a few of them in my day. NEA is expecting an email tomorrow. Should we recognize ballohistin, and should they have the right to firearm protection? What's ballohistin? I don't know what that is. East Pakistan has separated today. Oh, I don't give two shits about Pakistan. I don't live in Pakistan. Don't plan on visiting Pakistan. Don't got no relatives in Pakistan. So Pakistan can suck my dick. I don't give two shits about them as an entity. Maybe Southern Pakistan shouldn't have, or would it be Western Pakistan? Yeah, I think it'd be Western Pakistan. Shouldn't have started shit with India. Kind of like how Hamas started stuff with Israel. It's one of those times where I'm like, well, in this case, I'm pretty much usually going to be on India's side. India is not nearly as offensive, although it does stink. People tell you it doesn't stink. I was watching one of those influencers online. They're like, I'm here in India, and people who say it stink are so full. I'm like, dude, I've been there. It fucking stinks. You're a fucking liar. As soon as you step out of the airport, it smells like fucking cow dung and piss and people shit. Half of the world, more than half of the world's public defecation takes place in India every day. It's like 70, 80% of it takes place in India every day, where they just shit outside, shit in a river, shit in a stream, shit in the street. It's not a clean place. I was watching a World Health Organization video about that one time. What was we talking about? Oh, well, I don't give two shits about Pakistan. They shouldn't start trouble with India. Now, when it comes to Hamas versus Israel, well, I think they're both terrorist states, so it's kind of hard for me to choose one there. I'm not a big Israeli supporter. Never have been. I think they're very, and Netanyahu's a fucking criminal. Where was I at? So what Italian food did you overeat tonight? I had a little pizza. They make these little, they're probably about this big. They're big enough for two people or one really hungry person, but it was good. I had pepperoni and sausage pizza. They made right there in their little pizza oven. It was really good. I was very impressed with it, actually. It's very thin crust, very flavorful toppings, just right amount of sauce and cheese. It wasn't runny. So it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. I have a pair of pajama bottoms, which are similar to your shirt, but mine are Nickelodeon themed. This is just old Hanna-Barbera and stuff here. Or Hanna-Barbera, as some like to say. Finally caught you live. I'm live in every show. I ain't never done a show dead yet. Not yet. TikTok, but you'll know if I'm doing one dead because it'll be slightly less energy. There'll be a little bit lower energy than there is now. The CZ Shadow 2 is just a more expensive PO1 cut for a red dot. Prove me wrong. Well, it'd be easy to do if we had both of them sitting side by side, just take them apart. You can see all the differences. Hell, you can see all the differences before you even take them apart. So I don't think that'd be hard to do, unless, of course, you're dense. Then it'd be hard to do. Can I remove the safety lever from my Ruger Max 9 without ruining its normal shooting function? I wouldn't. I'd find out how they do their non-safety ones first and then see if it's just a matter of removing something. But I don't know the mechanics of that gun, so I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't suggest you do anything. I wouldn't trust anything you monkeyed around with. I have a tough choice. Ooh, this is going to be hard. Should I buy a Sapphire Python? Yes. Or wait and see if Altamont puts out another Royal Scale Python, or just get both if Altamont comes through for my 66th birthday. Sapphire Python. Get you that Sapphire Python. Get two. Get me one too. If you're going to come in here with one, you got to have enough for, well, not everybody, just me, you and me. My rules aren't that strict. I don't say if you bring something in here, you got to have enough for everybody, just the two of us. That's all I ask, is that little bit of consideration. Why do you think the Democrat states have magazine capacity restrictions when you're allowed to have multiple magazines? Because it's just something they do for their people to make it look like they did something when it doesn't do anything. And plus, it helps hurt manufacturers and hurts the gun shops. Is that the Pico or Nano? That's the Pico. The Nano was bigger. But I had a Nano too, but that was the Pico. I had a Nano, and I ended up giving it to somebody and put a pink frame on it for him and gave it to somebody. Animal health care cost is almost as bad as human. Had to get flea meds for one dog and two cats, almost $100. That's relatively cheap, actually. Try getting them surgery. Django surgery is going to run between $7,000 and $10,000, up to 12 possibly. So I understand from a couple of programs ago, you addressed about the permits and license, and I disagree with your position on the need for them, and am interested in debating. Well, you can come in anytime. Now, I wouldn't do it tonight because we're doing this late at a weird time. But anytime we do our regular chat, just come on in and say you want to come in and talk about it. I'll be more than happy to tear you to pieces. But yeah, we can do it tomorrow. Well, no, tomorrow is the podcast, but Friday would be fine. I would do it tonight, but we're not going to be here long enough tonight. We're not going to be here much longer at all, I don't think. We don't got a lot of questions coming in. Would you get rid of you Glocks if a ban is pending? No transfer after the ban, the bill says. I won't get rid of the Glocks I have. I mean, I got them for a reason. I'm not going to get rid of them. Let's see. Let's make sure we're still caught up with all the supers, because that's all the chats over there. Let's make sure we got all the emails first. See if we got any new emails coming in. No new emails. Let's see if we got any supers coming in. We got one coming in over. No, we got two because Kevin Maverick chimed in again. Let's see if it lets me see it. Am I going to have to refresh? I'm going to have to refresh again. Yep, have to refresh again. Something's going on with PayPal tonight. Also, one of my other pay programs was not working a little bit ago. I was trying to transfer money to Caden. Would not work on my phone or his. So I don't know what's going on with the payment programs tonight. Seems like they're having problems. Let's see here. Hopefully it'll load it eventually so I can see what they had to say. What is the third Marvin underneath? What is the third revolver underneath Marvin with the gray grip? Third gun under Marvin. There's not one with gray grips. There's one with green and gray grips. And that one right there, and that's a Smith & Wesson 327. 8-shot, 44 Magnum, 2-inch barrel. Although it looks like a 1-inch because the gun's so big and it's got a short barrel in it. But it is not letting me see any of my PayPal stuff. I got to try to get this to load so that I can answer the last two super chats. Why is it giving me this problem? Log out. There. Home. See if it'll even load up my home page. It loaded up the home page. Now let's see if it'll load the transactions. Kevin Mabry. It's not loading it up. What is the problem here? Is it multiple pay programs tonight that are having problems? Because like I said, I was having problems with other ones too. Let me log out and try to log in back in, see if that fixes the problem. Log in. Log in. This is about to piss me off. Activities, all transactions. Kevin Mabry. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can't do it. It's not letting me read any of the transactions. It's the first time it's ever done this. This is pathetic. Let's see. Is this with every browser? Let me try another browser. What is my other browser? Safari? Where is it? Safari. Oh, here it finally loaded the one up here. I missed the early chat. I mainly carry inside waistband at 330 with my CZP01. I carry outside waistband at about 330. Why do Google and Alphabet not like PayPal anymore? What's wrong with PayPal? PayPal don't screw you like the other ones do. Then we got James McAllister chiming in, says, for Phil, send an email of my new to me gun. Oh, yeah, I just saw that. I was going to share that. Let me get that up before I forget. All right, we got this email coming in right here from James McAllister, and it says, new to me gun. It's one of them, their long slide Glocks. Gen 4 G40. I like the long slides. I want a long slide Glock. I want that long slide 10 millimeter. But I'm too cheap to buy one. So I probably won't get one because I don't know about your all's gun shop, but mine really frowns on you taking the guns without paying for them. They don't like it at all. I think they're a little too sensitive about it myself, but they don't seem to like it at all. Let's see if we got any questions over here. Google and YouTube and Alphabet do not like PayPal anymore. I saw that, but I don't understand why. What is I answered that one. Logan 27 Yankee. What's your main EDC gun and holster setup now? It's a Azula leather holster, and it's a 2.5 inch Colt Python. 2.5 inch Colt Python, Azula leather holster. I got it on right now, actually, because I've been out to dinner. So there you go. Teddy Two Guns. What do you think of this holster? Well, I can't see it. You just sent me a link. You should have just sent me the picture. I don't like it. I wouldn't carry it. Why would I want to leave my barrel completely exposed like that? I guess it's inside waistband, but I still wouldn't want to carry it. Let's see. I'll show y'all what he sent me. I don't like this at all. Especially not for $70. You can get a way better holster for $70. But this is the holster he sent me. Detroit holster. It's the Johnson, I guess. I guess this sits really low, but yeah, I don't like that at all. Why would I want these grating on my skin? Yeah, I wouldn't care for that at all. Yeah, I think that just looks awful, if you ask me. For one, I don't like inside waistband, and two, I don't want my front and my gun all exposed like that. So my thoughts on it are it's awful. I don't really care for it. All right. What do you think of the U.S. Air Force survival vest carry for aircrew? I don't think anything of it at all. It's a necessity. You're not going to be walking around every day with a survival vest on, so it's not got no relevance to me, and I ain't in the Air Force. So people who do walk around and shit like that all day, I always wonder what exactly their mental illness is. Remember that kid used to come in the chats and he always wore body armor and stuff, sitting at home with his torn up blinds. I was like, you ought to spend less money on body armor and more money on new blinds. I can't remember what his name was, but I remember him. Don't remember what his name was. But I think that's it for us today. Let me make sure we're caught up with all the super chats over here. We got all the regular chats caught up in the chat. Yes, we're caught up over here. We're caught up over there. So I want to say thanks to everybody for coming today. I appreciate it. Even though we were a little late, I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I do believe, is the podcast with Never Enough Ammo. It's the Shooting Left of Center podcast with Never Enough Ammo websites. So come on in and join us tomorrow. Other than that, I guess I will thank everybody for everything you do for the channel. I appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow at our regular time. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.